Welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I'm Danielle D, or Coach Danni D, and I help women entrepreneurs and professionals to achieve their personal success stories that include joy, fulfillment, and balance. This is where we talk about how to build your business in a way that allows you to work with ease, be successful, and enjoy your life. My happy place is spending as much time in my PJs as humanly possible. And I want to help other women find their happy space while running profitable businesses or having a successful career. So get comfortable and let's dig in. Hello and welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I am your host, Coach Danni D, always here helping you to find that space of joy, fulfillment, balance, holistic success. That's what we're looking for over here. So today, I think I want to talk about just the importance of really, one, having the right people around you, but two, how how are you holding yourself accountable? And what I mean by that, okay, so I've had a few conversations recently, and in those conversations, we talked about how we help and serve others, right? You know, as women, especially as Black women, we are taught to be of service. We're taught to be of service, and oftentimes that teaching is tied to church and um, religious belief, right? And so because of that, and some other reasons I'm gonna touch on, but because of that, we tend to be hesitant to charge for our expertise or to charge appropriately for our expertise to um we and I had one of the conversations I had, the word, I lead with my heart. That's been sitting with me since that conversation, and I want to address that and understand, just like any other thing that I talk about, I'm talking to myself first and foremost. But I know if I've struggled with it, if I've had a conversation with others and they're struggling with it, you may be in the same boat or know somebody who needs to hear this, right? So again, the heart led, I'm heart led, and that sat with me, and there was a comparison made between heart and brain, right? And here's the thing, I am heart led. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love what I do. I love what I do. And because I love what I do, I totally understand how it is difficult sometimes to separate something that could do in your sleep, that you do very naturally, from something that is, a paid item, that is a commodity, right? A couple of things there. The reason why it is a commodity is because I'm heart led, because I care about the result. When I'm working with somebody, I care about the result. There's some people who they are out there and their priority is the swipe, right? Now, that doesn't mean that because I care about the result, I don't have to put a value to it. But I'm saying it to say, I think people often think that it is one or the other, that you are either business or caring. You can be both. You can be a business owner that is caring, and that is additional bonus for you, right? That you are doing this job with care. That's a perk. That is a perk of the job that you're doing it with care because not everyone is going to do that. Not everyone is going to bring that care to a situation. So, I've been thinking about it a lot. One, because I know that that's a hang up, for a lot of us. Like I said, I'm going to touch on another reason why it's a hang up, that maybe we don't want to address. But I've been, dealing with that. I'm also um working on my notes for my one of the classes that I'm teaching coming up at the Inflate Your Income conference, and that's about the luxury brand experience. And that is tied to that that experience, right? At any level in your business, your business doesn't have to be a luxury brand for you to give that experience. I use the example of Chick-fil-A. It's a fast food restaurant, but they give a luxury brand experience. What I want to say is just understand that what you provide has worth. And by you not putting the proper worth on it, you're diminishing that worth. You're diminishing that worth. And I'm not going to get too deep, I'm going to keep it short and sweet today, but there's psychology around how that then is perceived by a client. So if you diminish the worth of it and you are the type of person that wants to see results, understand by you diminishing the worth, you've also diminished it in the eye of the client. And then that client then is not taking that value as seriously. And so they may not move in the way that they need to move to be successful with the information that you're sharing. So again, you could be heart-led and and um be a businesswoman. What I want to talk about that maybe you don't want to talk about or maybe you don't want to address is the the fear and the maybe lack of confidence that's leading you to give away something because you've convinced yourself that nobody would pay for it. And I think that we've all been there. I still have conversations with clients after years, of working with them when they have a new idea or sometimes even an old idea that they still cannot wrap their mind around the fact that somebody is going to pay me to fill in the blank, especially when it's knowledge based, because there's a belief that, well, I, study this, learn this, figure this out, then other people can just go and study it, learn it, figure it out. Here's the reality. If that's what they wanted to do, they would have did it already. There's always going to be people who want the packaged knowledge. There's always people who see your way of thinking, your intellect in a way that is different than others, that connects to them in a way. There's always going to be people that are looking for convenience. I am not trying to learn every facet of business. And I love business, but I love the overview of it all, right? There are people who know in great detail the different parts and pieces, and I will gladly pay those people for their expertise to save me the time and energy of having to learn about that thing. That is a valuable thing. That is a valuable thing. And so I need you to start reframing that. And I need you to start, I'm going to ask you to do this. Take a step back and honestly comb over the responses that you've received from people. And I'm not talking about the ones that say, oh my God, how much for just, I'm not talking about them. That was never your person. I'm talking about the people that say, oh my God, this was so helpful to me. Oh, that have overheard you talking about something and said, oh, you should package that up. I need you to go through the recesses of your brain and find all of those moments and sit in them. Your testimonials, your client successes. I want you to sit in those so that you can see that there is value. You're helping other people. Phone a friend if you need to, somebody who you know will, let you know, hey, no, this is very valuable. And your contribution means something. It needs to have a value attached to it. And that value needs to take into consideration that you are elevating someone else with your knowledge. One of the things that I thought about recently is like, when you become really good at something, you don't think about it as a big deal because you could do it with your eyes closed, right? But instead of thinking about how long it takes me to do something, I want you to think about how long or how much time, energy have you saved for someone else. So yeah, at this point, it might take you 10 minutes to do this thing that is going to save someone else 40 hours. That is going to save someone else years of trying to research. Think about what that brings to the other person as opposed to what that takes away from you. All right, y'all. That's what I got for you right now. I have a lot of exciting things going on behind the scenes, so I'm gonna hold off on that for a minute, but just keep your ears peeled. I have several projects in the work right now that I want to share with you guys, and I'll share with you guys first. So I'm excited about that. I do want to give a shout out to Sheila Fluker. She was a past guest here, and she had an amazing retreat last week. That's why y'all didn't get an episode. I apologize, but I was in afterglow, and then I had a little medical situation, but I'm back. I'm back. Um, but I just, want to give a shout out to her. Make sure you're getting into spaces where you're getting poured into. Make sure you're getting into spaces where you feel safe. Make sure you're in spaces where growth is happening. All right. Um, oh, the Get It Done Incubator. I had it scheduled to start August 1st. Back to school. It's a lot going on right now. So I'm going to extend that enrollment through September 1st. So I will be posting, sharing, and all that stuff about that. So, if you follow me, you'll see those posts. I really want to see you get into that because guess what? It's time. We're almost rounding out this year. And I know that there are things on your to-do list that you ain't done yet. And we're going to do it together. We're going to make sure that these things get done. So I think that's what I got for you today. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening to the Prophets in Pajamas podcast. I hope you got some great tips to start working with these. Want to stay connected? Follow me at Your Workflow on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. For more information about creating balance in your life, register for my upcoming calendar detox challenge at CoachDanniD.com. Don't forget to subscribe, join the community, and book a call to find the workflow program that best fits your needs.